Hi, Spout Loreans. Abdul here with a quick pre-show announcement. If you haven't heard, this coming Monday, August 26th, is the day that we will be launching the first season of our bonus show, Mallbrats, on a brand new public feed with newly scored and remastered episodes. Launch week is going to be pretty huge, with a brand new episode dropping every day. And we're also doing a collab with our friend, the incredibly talented artist, Casey Golden, where she'll be drawing the Cool Treat Kids in her own amazing style. Launch weeks are hugely important for new shows, so we're asking all our listeners to please go and subscribe to the new feed, which is live right now. And when that first episode drops, listen, rate, review, all that good stuff. We genuinely love this show so much, and we think you'll love it too. We're also going to be doing a bunch of launch week giveaways for listeners of the new show, where we'll be giving away custom Spout Lore merch packages from our friends at Fantasy by Numbers, with amazing pins and ornaments and coasters, all with custom Spout Lore art on them. And also, one lucky listener will win the one-of-a-kind Cool Treat Kids character art that Casey is creating. If you'd like to enter to win Casey's gorgeous artwork or any of the amazing merch packages that we're giving away, all you have to do is click the link in the show notes and head over to the new feed and subscribe. Then, when the first episode drops on Monday, rate and review 5 stars or more, and make sure you sign the review with your Discord or social handle so we can find you to give you your amazing Spout Lore memorabilia. From everyone here at Spout Lore, thank you so much. We hope you like the new show. Spout Lore is only made possible through the contributions of listeners like you. If you would like to donate, please go to spoutlore.com/moneyplease or patreon.com/spoutlore. And if you go there, you'll get a bunch of bonus content too, which is nice. It's good bonus content. I work really fucking hard on it.
Gather round, friends, let me tell you a tale of 3 heroes, noble and bold. A brute, a druid, and a thief who is but 9 years old. You know them by name, you know them by deed. Their quests are famously daring. So here I sit, singing to you an adventure that is worth sharing. Tuck is the brute, he knows not his home. He loves to sing and fight. Ving is half-elf, he shifts his shape and wields a spear with great might. Billy's a thief, his tiny size does mask the largest heart. Best and brightest they may not be, but their friendship outweighs their smarts. So gather round, friends, and listen close, for the tale's about to start.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spout Lore. I'm your game master, Shawn O'Hara. Joining me, as always, playing Tacoma Dome the Barbarian, Abdul Aziz.
Hello, everybody.
Playing Ving the Half-Elf Druid, Paul Oppers.
Hey, how's it going?
And playing Fat Billy the Halfling Thief, Jessica Ty.
Hello, everybody.
When last we left our heroes, they confronted the elven agent of the Sun Peaks, known to us currently as Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Elf Hiddleston.
Elf Hiddleston. Ving laid down to rest Wendeliari of the Ranger Corps, and the fight continued between Tuck and Hiddleston, Billy helping with the aid of a lash and lasso made out of roots. Tuck was poisoned as the knife was jammed deeper and deeper into his body with each attempt at hurting this elf until they were able to restrain him, and Tuck chopped his arm off with Larry, Terry, and Chad. Wendy's beaver cat showed up, attempting to attack Billy before Ving commanded it to cease, and Shadowpaw receded into the shadows, promising vengeance before getting lost and desperately trying to find the way out. The party then turned their attention to the man hanging from the roots beneath the tree. A variety of discern realities and spout lores took place in which they realized that, yes, indeed, this is Deathaniel Vang Zumba, who has been interred beneath the tree for potentially years, and that the one impersonating Deathaniel that Ving spoke to, that they met at the mouth of Adarnak Allwater's tower, must have been the Gibbous Man in disguise.
I thought we were really getting somewhere. We had that therapeutic session in the cave.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna need so many therapeutic sessions based on that one failed therapeutic session.
All trust is gone.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They also attempted to figure out methods by which they could break the Gesh, knowing now what they know. The Helper The Macallan magical item, the tiny little metal dwarf, aided in removing the vines from within and without of Deathaniel, as Billy created a protective fairy ring for the very first time.
Cool.
Sealing out any potential influence from the Outer Dark or the Gibbous Man, and creating an area of safety in which the party could transport Deathaniel, who has an obsidian arrow lodged in his heart, into the fanny pack to speak to some of the finest magical minds of their day. Billy was able to spy into the mind of Hiddleston, finding him out to be an agent of Solara Van Kieran, de facto queen of the Great Forest and leader of the Sun Peaks, who gave Hiddleston both a blade and an obsidian coin. Her true connection to the events is currently unknown, but she is most certainly in cahoots with the Gibbous Man in some fashion.
Man.
But good news, guys, the demonic influence has been removed from the heart tree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good place to start.
And we learned which demon it was.
Yes, the demon of greed.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which has used its demonic hunger, its want, to corrupt many, many souls within the forest as well as the forest itself. Billy, maintaining the protective ring outside the fanny pack by himself in a quiet moment, heard Hiddleston choke to life long enough to tell him that he knows you're here. And that is where we find our heroes now. I imagine the scene that we open on after that revelation is Ving bursting through the door into the fanny pack with Deathaniel in his arms.
Clearing off the table with one hand. Spring, spring,
Yeah.
spring.
Mhm.
And Morris and Perell were having dinner. So
Like
they-
a nice candlelit dinner.
Yeah. Morris is feeding Perell like a chunk of
Yuck.
Ving
beef
comes in,
stroganoff.
He cuts the piece of spaghetti that they were both having in their mouth. No time for this. You're
no
both
time.
You're both the tramp.
Ving does more damage than he needs to. Like, he starts kicking over, like,
Stuff that's just nearby.
Like the bar.
I go over to the mantelpiece instead of painting on fire.
all while holding his frail dad.
I don't know what to do. My
There's no
insides
time.
match my outsides.
He's been holding this all in for so long.
He's saying, help, 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 stay away, help, stay away.
Yeah, he kicks over like a bucket with champagne in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time somebody gets near you to try and take Nathaniel, you kick out at them. Get away from me!
I hand him over, I take him back.
Somebody help me! Get away from me!
Don't touch him.
And you lay Deathaniel out on the dining room table, a shattered spaghetti dinner laying in ruins around you. As Perell and Morris are standing back with their hands in the air, basically letting this happen. And Perell is like, "Who? What is this?
This is my father.
What?"
This is the corruption at the heart of the forest. He has a demonic influence through the means of this arrow in his heart. If we remove it, he will die. Is there anything you can do?
And in a moment of confidence and surety that you are not used to seeing from Perell, he approaches Deathaniel like a surgeon. Like he walks up and starts looking at the wound and feeling around, and you see him close his eyes, and he looks up. "I can help him, but it has to be now. Pick him up. Come with me."
Do it.
And doors flap open. We cut to you in what seems to be an infirmary of sorts.
Cool.
Through a corridor that you have not yet utilized. And there is like a table and arcanical devices of mysterious make and model, but things that look like they must be used in a medical capacity in some way. We're in an interesting place here in that it is technically quote unquote medieval, but also magical. So there are some things that are going to be really easy to do and some things that are going to be really hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, you have a magical transmuter on your side. He directs you to lay Deathaniel out on the table, sort of in the middle of the room, and wheels over a couple of devices, one of which has like a big rubber hose and then like a fat needle on the end of it that he like slides into
Oh.
Deathaniel's arm.
Weird.
And it immediately goes like, foomp, 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 foomp.
Oh,
And
it's got like little bellows.
yeah, exactly. It's got little like two little bellows that kind of move in concert with each other.
So cool.
And he gets Morris in here and starts telling Morris what to do. And he turns to you and goes, "We need some time.
Tell me what I can do to help. What do you need of me?
We need you to just stay calm and let us work."
Here, I offer this. And I give him the dwarven piece of metal.
Oh, sick. Yeah. which is, yes, flipped back into its bar state.
Whatever you ask of this, he will do. I've named him Dwarf the Rod Johnson, which is a name I just came up with.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll see what we can do.
Wait, I have something I need to say to him. Discern realities to see if my dad's conscious to say something to him.
Okay, 2d6 plus wisdom.
Great. I got 10.
Okay, so you get 3 questions off discern realities to see if your dad is awake.
What's about to happen?
They are going to attempt to stabilize his body with parts of his organs having been missing using magic while removing the arrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
What should I be on the lookout for?
You see that he is breathing while they do this, although it seems like his breathing is stabilizing. Whatever they're pumping into him seems to be quieting him down, but his eyes are fluttering. Like he seems to be semi-conscious.
What here is not what it appears to be.
That's a good question. Okay, so you suddenly realize if you spoke to the Gibbous Man, he showed you a vision of Deathaniel's past. How did he have that information? And you realize the arrow being in his heart and obsidian being a conduit to the outer dark, he must have been seeing like the truth of your father's heart. Like he had access to everything your father ever knew or felt.
Oh, and that's why he was playing me through my dad. God, gross.
And Perell at this point goes, Ving, you need to leave.
I take a moment with my dad and I whisper into his ear, either way, I'm here and soon you'll be free.
And his hand twitches on the table.
I leave.
And the door closes. Tuck is on the other side.
He's going to go in the hallway and cry.
And Tuck is like waiting there for Ving, and he just gives Ving a hug.
Yeah, Ving hangs on to that hug longer than usual.
Yeah. Billy, back on the stoop. Hiddleston has just said this to you. He knows you're here. You are forced to remain out here to maintain the fairy circle, which is a totally new thing to you, the creation of these circles. But yeah, what do you do?
Could I try to like learn some stuff from Hiddleston?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I throw him a vial of golden root and basically be like, I know you're not well. This will make you feel a little better. Like, I feel kind of bad for you.
Yeah. Then defy danger charisma?
Yeah.
He's in a lot of pain, so he might be willing to do this.
8.
Ooh.
I throw him a vial of golden root.
Uh-huh.
And I say, we really liked you. We really didn't want to hurt you.
We really liked you.
I'm sorry.
So you throw
Sorry about your arm.
Yeah. You throw him this vial and he's like laying there and it like hits him in the chest, like pats against the doublet that he's wearing and rolls down into the dirt.
Oh.
He's just like, you must think I'm a fool. I'm a poisoner, young boy. I don't just drink things handed to me by my enemy.
See it yourself. Billy pops one open, drinks it himself.
Whoa.
Can I use wealth and taste?
Oh, that
Cool.
wealth and taste move.
Yeah.
Do
I still have it? I'll check.
Oh, yeah.
I do still have it.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like, I mean, I don't feel very good right now. So I think I'm going to have one too.
Okay, so that is also charisma. Smart.
13.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was willing to hear you out with the 7 to 9, but with wealth and taste, he like sees you drink the vial.
What is wealth and taste? Can we have?
Oh,
What is that?
so
right.
wealth and taste is when I make a show of flashing around my most valuable possession. They will do anything they can to obtain your item or one like it.
Great. Mhm.
Yeah. So he like sees you drink it.
And I'm going, so good.
Picking up rocks. Wow.
Wow. So good and tasty.
And he licks his lips. He licks his lips like a parched man.
And then he Billy flexes his biceps and he's like, oh, I feel so powerful and strong now. And he starts trying to do a push-up.
Wow.
How far does he get in the push-up?
He gets on the ground.
He goes down.
Yeah.
And then he like looks slowly at the
Yeah.
guy. Like,
So Billy fakes. He does like half a burpee, lays down.
and he burps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. And Hiddleston licks his lips, and then with his good arm, well, his remaining arm, reaches for the vial, pops the top, and drinks down the liquid.
Yeah, and Billy's stretching on the ground. Feeling better, right?
Well, considering the circumstances, I suppose I feel just fine.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear. Maybe while you're feeling okay, we can talk and keep you awake until we get some help.
I think I would like that.
Nice. I would like that too. So tell me, Billy's like, shit, I didn't think this would work.
Also, I love it because Jessica keeps looking at me so conspiratorially, where she's just like, look at what I'm making this guy do right now.
What an idiot.
So when you say, he knows we're here, like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean?
I think you know what I mean.
Okay, well, tell me, like, pal to pal, like, is he, like, on his way?
No, he's not on his way. I simply want you to realize that there is nowhere that you can go that he will not be aware. But now he knows that you have seen what he's capable of, and he directs his hand to where Deathaniel was, and that there is nowhere he cannot find you, and no one he cannot reach.
Other question as we're getting to know each other.
Moving on.
So, like, what made you want to side with Wendy in all of this?
With Wendy? I do not work for that Ranger's scum.
Who do you work for then?
I work for the highest of the high, the noblest of the noble. Her Eminence Solara Van Kieran.
Nice. And what is she giving you for doing all this? Like, this sucks. Your job sucks.
This sucks. Your job sucks. And you look fucking stupid today.
You're ugly and your clothes are dumb.
You smell bad. Why is Solara doing this? Like, what's she getting out of it?
I think you might have to work for this one a little bit. You might have to, because he seems very like, well, we're friends now, small one, but I can't.
Of course we're friends.
It is a poor gambler that shows all his cards.
Well, I can tell you a secret if you tell me your secret. That's what friends do.
Ooh, a parlay.
Oh, yeah, parlay's great. 2d6 plus charisma.
9.
9. So that means that you need to tell him something right now.
A real secret.
I'll tell you a secret if you tell me one.
A real secret. I had a bad dream about one of my dads.
Tell me more.
It seemed really real.
What was the dream?
It was just a bad dream. It was just like he was just chilling under a tree and then it caught on fire. And anyway, that's it. I don't remember anything else. Anyway.
And the camera would see as Billy, like, I don't know, and looks away, that his eyes like dilate a little bit.
Whoa.
When you say that. So what do you want to know?
What is Solara getting out of this? And like, why is she helping him?
You feel again that he's like trying not to tell you this, but something about you think the way now with like this fairy ring that you've created and sort of the flux you've been feeling with like your current self kind of pushing against, like, you know, like becoming your winter self in Hibernia and touching into these other parts, like something about your like how you asked this question seems to be compelling him to tell you the truth.
Ooh.
Like I'm like doing a trade right now.
You made a deal.
Yeah. You made a deal. You're like shifting into your like some Murphy that like are the dealy
I guess would
ones.
be the next step. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I told you a big secret, so now you have to tell me a big secret. And that's how friendship works.
So Lara Van Kieran isn't working for the Gibbous Man.
Okay.
She's working with the Gibbous Man.
Oh, how so? You have to tell me because I told you.
And when Billy says that, there's like an aspect of him that shifts into winter and it becomes like
Evil.
angry, or if that
like
feels
little,
right.
Yeah, I think so. Like it's
His
like
influence grows.
sounds like kind of creepy, but like like in a horror movie when a little kid gets like kind of angry.
Yes.
Like whoa, that's like not just a kid having a flip out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can see like frost crawling along the ground as he
Mm.
gets angry. She is, and this is where he like you can feel him straining to not tell you this.
You have to tell me.
Solara Van Kuren is a warlock.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And he kind of falls back,
Mhm.
and you can see that like the golden root that you usually see, like pupils moving and
Mhm.
stuff, contract again.
Oh.
He goes, "You trickster," and he passes out from strain.
Hope they're done soon.
Cool. So then I guess we cut back inside. What are Tuck and Ving doing? The page brings you like a glass of water.
I slap it away and I say, "Bring me a glass of water." I'm so sorry. I'm a mess right now.
What is this thing that you do that when you feel uncomfortable, you treat serving staff badly? Why do you keep doing that?
Does that happen?
You do that so much.
It's because I'm trying to portray the monster that I feel inside. I'm so sorry, Paige. I'll get the water. What do you want, Paige?
Just paper rustling.
I just hand him a love and lust.
And
I like think his little paper mustache like bristles.
yeah, is there anything Tuck and Ving are doing or discussing in here? Or are you just waiting?
Yeah, we went to the observatory where it's like you can kind of like see a fake version of the outside, and
Yeah.
there's like a telescope and stuff.
Yeah, so you're standing in like the bell of the observatory. There's a intricately made telescope pointing at a leather sky that's about 2 feet away from the telescope.
Yeah.
Is it a real sky kind of thing?
Nah, it's painted pretty like lively,
Yeah.
but it's like big exaggerated stars that are all in the position that the constellations actually are, but very clearly hand painted.
I guess Tuck in this moment, he's like really worried about Ving because Tuck is aware of how much Ving doesn't think about his dad and his mom and how much he's like avoided it all these years.
Yeah.
And Tuck is like aware of like the death of a parent and like how much that can impact you and really fuck you up. So yeah, he's just really worried about Ving, and he's really worried about Billy too, because he's just like, he's aware that we're under the tree and we've literally considered setting it on fire for like 5 minutes.
Yep.
And he can like feel the end of the road. Like in this moment, he can feel the steps that are left running out. So he like wants to make sure that Ving is okay. It's like almost like he has a terminal illness kind of, and he's like seeing Ving having a hard time.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I gotta make sure that Ving is okay so that Billy's okay. Yeah. So that's what's in Tuck's head. And then Tuck says, those stars over there look like a dick and balls.
Talk about night moves. And then he puts his finger inside the hole.
And then Tuck goes, ha 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 ha. He laughs in such a sad way.
And you hear at the stairs, it's Morris.
What's up?
Your father is stabilized.
Is he conscious?
Is he awake?
No. But we're going to continue observing him. Perell will continue working on him, but for the time being, he should be safe here.
Can we see him? And then he turns to Ving. Do you want to see him?
Ving just walks out towards the medical bay.
Yep. Cut to doors open. Your father is on the slab, asleep. Machines hooked up to him, pumping away. Perell is there, and he's like leaning against a counter, very tired.
Whoa.
I walk up and I hug Perell.
He hugs you. He's got a bottle of pineapple juice in one hand.
Is this for your cum?
Trying to replenish my electrolytes, all right? I don't know if it's in pineapple juice. I'm not a fucking doctor.
Thank you very much for what you did here.
I'm happy I could do anything. He's alive.
Where's the arrow?
It's over here. And it's like he takes you over to a bell jar that the arrow is like standing in. The tip is on the base of the platform, but the bell jar encloses the arrow.
I'll pick up the bell jar.
Careful.
I'm careful. And then he does that thing where he goes, oh! and drops and catches it.
Perell spills a bunch of pineapple juice all over the place.
And Tuck goes, is there something special about the jar or what?
It's just for presentation. I didn't want to touch it. It's not like anything I've ever seen. It's certainly not magical. It's something else.
Can I discern realities on this?
Oh, yeah,
arrow?
absolutely. Yeah. 2d6 plus wisdom.
9.
9. You get one question.
Do you know the one that makes the most sense?
I know that he got a 9.
Yeah, gets 1. Oh, right. Wow. I'm a fucking idiot.
We were both staring at Abdul for like a minute.
Tuck got distracted because like he was looking at the bellows machine and he was like, hey, check it out. It looks like it's pumping my balls full of stuff. Just running. So Tuck was just totally distracted.
Yeah, totally.
And he was like, oh, what? You guys are doing stuff over there? 11.
Okay. So you get 10.
What it here is not what it appears to be.
Yeah. So this arrowhead, you look at it now, and it is like a napped obsidian arrowhead. Like the edge has been, knocked away with tools in the old style. You would guess that this is much more dangerous than having a coin. The fact that it was the wound that allowed your father to be manipulated in that way suggests that even nicking yourself with this arrow would probably be a huge problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are there any runes on it or anything, or is it just an arrowhead?
No. Yeah,
Bing
it's just
holds
an
it
arrowhead.
up to the light and shines it really cranks it up to 11. Sunstone light, thank you.
Yeah.
Puts it in front of a sunstone light.
And what question are you using on this one?
What should I be on the lookout for?
You see what you imagine at first to be imperfections in the obsidian, but resolve themselves as a constellation.
Ooh. What is about to happen?
Okay, so knowing what you now know about the Gibbous Man and his connection to obsidian and obsidian's connection to the outer dark, you would assume that this would allow some aspect of perception on his part, like he is in some way connected to obsidian. You also know that he is contained in a certain way, thanks to Lillian's curse for all intents and purposes a bajillion years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But you also, this is another like connecting dots from previous knowledge sort of thing. If he is wanting you, basically, like if he wants to stop you from stopping him, why didn't he come here himself? Why did he send you and stay behind?
Mm-hmm.
Why was he in Vigil City but no further? Like he basically left you to do his thing. And then you realize, like, why was he corrupting the tree in the first place? And you realize it has to have been the tree that was keeping him away.
It was keeping him out of the forest.
And by corrupting the forest, he could enter Vigil because that was the furthest edges of the corruption. But it hadn't been able to reach the tree itself.
Cool.
Holy shit. And that's consistent with like everything we've said about like all of his moves were about like removing sources of knowledge from the material plane. Like he got the Hibernians to shroud themselves in the gray so they couldn't see the sky.
Disguise himself. He can shift his appearance.
Yes.
Hiding the true knowledge of his being.
Yeah. And he's obscuring the runes. Like he's trying to hide information, and information brings enlightenment, and enlightenment keeps him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just really trying to pull the dark over everything's eyes. Like
Totally.
bring about total darkness.
Because I think there's probably like a functional thing of like, if no one knows what the fuck's going on, like all the wizards are gone, like historical knowledge is shattered, then he's free to do whatever he wants. So it's like a functional thing. But I think also like the more literally in the dark everyone in the world is, the like more he can do the thing that he needs to do. He can like smash all the realms together and get back to where he needs to be.
Which leads you to another question. Why did he tell you to come here then?
Yeah, he was telling us to fix the tree.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling us to cure the tree.
Well, he was telling you to change the runes.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said that would fix the tree.
Yeah, he didn't take into account that we would fuck up so bad that we ended up like literally face to face
Yeah.
with Deathaniel.
Which might have been why Hiddleston and Wendy.
Moved in.
Yeah. So it
And why they failed, because it was a last minute plan.
exactly. This could be a very interesting piece of evidence that maybe he fucked up.
He attempted to lie to some idiots.
He tried to use us as a tool, but little does he know we're the biggest tools of all.
We are a bunch of useless tools.
Is it a good idea for me to use bardic lore to try to discover the connection between him and Obsidian? Like use bardic lore, gods and their servants, to see if there's a connection between Obsidian and the night sky? Because the thing that Tuck is thinking now is if he's exerting power through the Obsidian coins, like it could be a thing where those are parts of his chains. You know what I mean?
Well, they contain a piece of them. I just saw a constellation in there. So there's something to do with there is a constellation. They are small pieces of the night sky.
Like what if they are really, like actual pieces of the night sky?
They're pieces
These
of the night
actual
sky.
chains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, the giants thought the night sky was the outer dark.
Yeah.
Like maybe what Lillian did was made the night sky tangible. Like she created Obsidian kind of, and it tied him in a physical way to the material realm.
Oh, and then I wonder if like when she broke, that was like opening it up.
Right, it shattered the sky, so it started like letting pieces of him through.
That's very cool.
If it's true,
Could be.
I think that this would be a Spout Lore rather than a...
I can't use bardic lore on it.
Please.
John,
So-
my character's really worried about his family.
So you're using Bardic Lore on Obsidian. Is that what we're saying?
My guy's gonna die.
My guy. Like you're playing a video game.
My guy. Yeah, like your instinct, because I don't have an expertise in Obsidian. I have an expertise in gods and their servants. I'm asking about Obsidian.
Yeah, that's a stretch. Yeah.
Okay.
So Spout Lore's fine. 2d6 plus intelligence.
Sean, if this doesn't work.
Wait, can we use sounding board?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Should we do this?
Yep. Let's do it. 2d6.
I'm going to spell Laura on this fucking Obsidian.
Then you roll my bond.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go. Well, that's a 3, so
Oh no.
there's no way I'm succeeding.
No.
I got 7.
Oh, man.
John!
My God.
What a bummer.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Man,
I had
the
a whole
lead up-
idea.
Fuck!
The lead up to that was awesome.
Well, who knows? Maybe we can ask it again later.
Later at another time. So we're going to do it in the you don't get what you want, in that the answer is something you do not want to know, which
Oh.
is you have to assume, with Ving being like, oh, that must be how he knew about the death of my mother and like the war, was by like using that obsidian as a conduit to like know Deathaniel's past to aid him in his deceptions.
Mhm.
And then you're like, I guess it would make sense with like the eye carvings. The Gibbous Man must be able to perceive through obsidian.
Oh, what?
So all this time, you've been carrying around the eyes of the Gibbous Man.
No.
In your chest.
In my chest?
And you
In your
have embedded in your chest
Multiple.
pieces of obsidian.
Can you still see through these?
You have no way of knowing.
Can you see through them when they're white? Because the ones in my chest are white.
You have no way of knowing.
Fuck!
Spout Lore.
We're at a point where we're going to cut back to Billy, probably.
Oh, okay.
I just want to check in with Billy, basically, because I mean, I know your goal. Hiddleston has passed out.
Yep.
He will be of no further use to you right now.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to betray the strength of the fairy circle. You are safe in this place as
Okay.
long as you stay out here. I guess I just want to check in with Billy and see what he
Is doing?
is doing. How does he feel here in this dark, horrible place?
Well, Billy is having he gets bored so fast. So he was telling himself ghost stories for a bit, like campfire stories. So he like piled some pebbles into like a fake fire.
Yeah.
And he's telling himself stories. But you know how Billy sometimes like they can be really funny and sometimes they can be really scary. He accidentally was telling himself scary ones. So then he got too scared and he's like,
I thought you were going to say funny one.
he's like, oh, I'm fine. Everything I said was made up. So he's talking to himself.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I have to find something else to do. And everything is pitch black. Well, not pitch black, but there's nothing to look at. Except I guess the roots. I could try to read the roots while I'm down here. So but he can't leave. So he's using his binoculars to try to read what's on the roots.
Yeah.
Of the tree.
Okay.
Cool.
Very cool.
So sick.
When there's nothing left to do, you read.
You read a book.
Reading is the last resort.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel and stuff to do. My options are to stare into the blackness or read.
Or accidentally read.
What have I become?
His imagination betrayed him this time, so gotta read.
So what is this subject Billy is interested in learning about? I guess it could be like about the gods of nature, because we're learning that the natural world does have gods.
And how they manifest and interact with our version of the world.
Yeah, like has this ever happened before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, because this tree's thousands of years old.
Right.
It was probably planted before the grieving.
Oh, yeah,
It's
definitely.
ancient.
It probably has like information about like other civilizations too. Like, like the giant
Right.
myths and like
Yeah.
everything else. We've really only talked about the giants, but
Well, I think it's because the giants were the original people
in the world,
of the planet.
that's what?
I thought we talked about this.
I think so, because they were like the builders.
What about before them?
The
Let's
planet
roll
didn't
Spout Lore.
exist.
I feel like I've said too much.
I like that in the middle of the tree of the rings, there is like a few dark rings
Oh.
where the outer dark was more present. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's a black ring. If you were going to cut this tree down, there would be one of the rings that was black and it grew within this darkened year.
That's cool.
And there were
Cool.
runes from that year.
Yeah.
Totally.
So plus intelligence, what'd you get?
I got 10. Oh, wait, no. No, I got 8.
Oh, thank God.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck.
Fucking ass.
So it's interesting, but not useful. Keep in mind.
No!
This is no, but I mean, we can talk about the subject. It's just, it won't be necessarily useful to your current situation.
Jessica's so pissed off right now.
Jessica hates not winning.
She does. That's what it is.
I
Wow.
want to win.
She retreated into her hoodie.
You're a natural born winner.
And there
Full bunny
she
hug.
goes.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
and her headphones.
Her headphones, priceless headphones.
Okay, well, I feel like I should probably say more.
It looks
Now
like
she
we're-
looks like Clover.
It looks like we're
Oh my
playing
God.
with the girl from the ring.
Take a picture.
Jessica, look over here.
Oh.
That's what
so
you look like.
embarrassing.
This
That's what
is
you
the
look like.
reaction to a partial success, whereas
We're
I
a
have
partial.
failed 99% of all of my rolls.
Look at your reaction.
You're doing great.
Head held high.
Right. So something that I think we have danced around is the fact that McCall, the McCallan Empire, which I think maybe I think Abdul and I maybe just discussed this. McCall is the original word for the Empire of Giants.
Oh.
Ooh.
Cool.
Ooh.
Neat.
Ooh. I don't remember this conversation at all.
You rarely do.
Is it also okay? You know how we've never named our world?
Is it
Yes,
also part
that's
of
what I
the,
thought you were going to say,
is the
Shawn.
world like named like Maka or something?
Oh yeah.
Oh. And the Giants were the original inhabitants of the planet. They were the first civilization
That we know of.
that we know of.
That's
but as
cool.
far as the elves are concerned, the Giants were the first.
Whoa.
They spanned the globe. They were great builders, and great in the capital T, capital G sense, the great builders.
Sorry, I just had a thought.
Mhm.
And this is why their bones were obsidian, because they were crafted from the sky. Like bronze.
Yeah.
They need to be made of something.
Yes.
So the
The
Wait,
children.
was that what you were gonna say? Or
The origin story.
they were
is,
basically, as far as the tales go,
Mm.
the reason for their obsidian bones is they were basically the children of the night sky.
They were Gibbous' children?
Kind of, yeah.
Whoa.
The elves believe, at least in terms of folklore, that the giants were created by the gods.
Wow.
Cool.
This is fucking sick.
I like that. I like that means the sunstone is originally in opposition of the obsidian.
The Sunstone, we had said that they used it
Yes.
to commune with the sky.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was opposite, but not in opposition.
Yeah.
You need it all.
Exactly. It was part of the balance of the world.
Yeah, that's sick.
And living giants are different than obsidian.
Uh-huh.
Of course, bones are different than rock,
Yeah.
though they have the same properties in this respect. The death of the giants led to an imbalance in the influence of night.
Yeah. On
Because
this earth.
as more giants basically became stone,
Yeah.
that influence of because we say the Gibbous Man is the god of the sky.
Yeah.
He is the night and the day.
Oh.
But the night began to outweigh the day with the death of the giants.
Like in his aspect, he became more night than day.
Totally. And I mean, this is more like myth than it is anything that matters.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's kind of color. And it does not answer the question that you guys were asking. So let's talk more about what Billy might have been interested in. Because I have a
Yeah.
feeling Billy would see ancient giant empire and would be like, boring.
Yeah, his eyes would glaze over. Okay. He would think about McCall and be like, "Oh, so sweaty there. I'm moving on."
He just sees the name McCall and is like, yuck.
His thighs start getting pimples on the insides of them. No.
No.
He learns the true nature of the planet and he's just like so hot and then moves
Over
on.
it.
Can't help it. He's just an idiot.
Yeah. But he is looking for the Gibbous Man, I suppose, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What was that poem again that you made up last episode or the episode before, last recording?
Oh, yeah. Chains broken became chains forged
Uh-huh.
when moon threw off her yoke,
Uh-huh.
and Father Night was cast away to walk among the folk.
So chains broken became chains forged. Oh, maybe so his thing is he needs to go back to the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he doesn't realize that him casting all these obsidian coins everywhere is he's locking himself to the material plane.
Oh, he's anchoring himself
Yeah.
here.
He's doing it to
He's
himself.
doing it to himself.
The more he asserts influence on the material plane, the more he anchors himself here.
Yeah.
So we can use that against him.
Yeah, so it would make sense then for those coins that turn white. It's actually helping him.
Oh.
Where it's if you cast off the night off it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then it's just, a piece of stone or glass.
Yeah, it basically takes the part of the outer dark that's within it, the piece of him,
Mhm.
and it gets rid of it.
Yeah,
so
it's the spirit of
releases
it, if
it.
that makes sense.
yes.
Yeah.
Which is why the demon is trapped in white obsidian, because then it doesn't have that transmission point
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
So it's stuck in the physical coin.
Yes.
As opposed to being a conduit from the dark.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically closing a door on that demon.
which
Whoa.
means the Gibbous Man can't watch through those.
Yeah.
It's just the demon
Totally.
in there.
Because it's just
Ah.
rock now. It belongs to Earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it also means that if the Gibbous Man wants to undo the thing that he's done to himself in reclaiming all of the pieces of himself that he's had to plant in the world to exert his influence,
Mhm.
he's going to need a thing that can shatter all these fucking coins.
TLC.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think
Cool.
Billy came upon a story of it's an old myth story, old, very old, and it talks about the eyes of the spider and stuff like that, and the spider's web and things like that.
Yeah, like
And
that.
the web was so large that the spider, he couldn't protect his web on his own. It was too big for him.
He had eyes everywhere.
He had eyes everywhere, and so he had to grow more eyes and take parts of himself to place eyes everywhere. But all it did was
Make him more
That's cool.
vulnerable.
make him more vulnerable.
Well,
yeah.
Oh.
That's really cool.
Fuck.
That's
Yeah.
a great parable or whatever.
Thank you.
That's
And that-
sick.
That's fucking sick. And that makes so much sense too that maybe he wants TLC because the first time that Tuck smashed a coin was in McCall to
Yeah.
stop the demon of ambition.
Mhm.
And if he can see through the coins up until that point, he must have been what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then was I need to find those people.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Because that was kind of when, like, that was when the Magi started coming after us.
Yeah.
That was when,
When things got really hard.
Yeah. Got dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when the narrative entity that is the end of the story saw us for the
Yeah.
first time.
Interesting.
Totally. And I bet the Gibbous Man would have taken it as like a threat to his like safety. Like if your sight's cut off, you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Like that's
Yeah.
automatically a threat. But really it's like that's what he needs.
But has he realized that?
That is beyond what you would know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he know that if he had TLC,
We
that it
wouldn't
would help
know.
him free? There's no way for anybody to
Okay.
know that.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
the fact that Billy realizes that the coins are actually chaining him, like he is chaining himself in trying to expand his influence, that's huge.
Yeah.
So interesting and pretty useful.
So but more so interesting.
More interesting.
More interesting. than
It's
useful.
so much more interesting than it is
Yeah.
useful that it's basically not useful.
Like I can't use it to make myself dinner right now. So it's so not useful.
So
That is a
useless.
great point.
Anyway, thank you guys for helping.
That was awesome.
sick.
That was
Okay,
really,
really
I
good job.
fucking love it.
Yeah.
Huge world building.
And the spider story, the spider like removing his
I'm
eyes
pleased
to
with
like,
that.
oh, that's
That's
so
so
fucking
cool.
good.
I love how there's like a little connection to that that myth, the spider and the
that's
hummingbird.
Spider,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like the scorpion and the frog.
the scorpion and the frog.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the spider myth that Abdul wrote for the almanac about like
right.
prophecy.
I thought that
and
was an intentional connection.
Oh no, I was thinking about like the
Then it's
scorpion and the frog.
Then it's
Yeah.
a perfect
Wow.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
You know the thing where like sometimes in myths gods are good and sometimes they're bad and then
Yeah.
they morph over time. There must be like some interpretations of like those like progenitor myths where it's like, oh, the spider was gibbous. Like,
Yeah.
but like others where it's like, no, that's like a completely
Yeah.
different thing.
Oh yeah.
It's just now they refer to it as Gibbous because he's the modern god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like real like dude like God, the Christian God,
Yeah.
Yahweh was a war god
Uh-huh.
in an old like Babylonian pantheon.
Whoa.
And then so to those people, he was the god of storms, the god of war.
Uh-huh.
But then to his cult, he was the creator, the protector, the one that defended all.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's what you learn. What do you do?
Billy's like, I need to tell Ving and Tuck about this like right now. So he's like, what do I do? So he starts coughing and farting as loud as he can.
Tuck just took another one of those coins off Hiddleston and walked into the tent.
What an idiot. We're so stupid.
He's been collecting them for 7 years.
And you cut to Tuck and we're in the medical theater and I'm like freaking out and saying the same thing or I'm just like fucking stupid collecting these fucking coins.
Just dumping them in a garbage can.
Stop pointing them at me.
Everybody's running away. He's like, Ving, you got to take the coin. And Ving's like, get it away.
Morris is like trying to shut all the doors to hide secrets.
Get these fucking out of here.
They're throwing them into a fake sky.
And I grab the bag of coins and the axe and I'm like, I'm going to
What are you
solve
doing?
this forever. And he starts running to
And
the
then he-
danger room and he's going to try and force them all out of existence like he
Oh
did
my
that one
God.
time.
Wait, the danger room doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, right. Because right.
You're
Because
in
you guys
the
are in
danger
the
room.
danger room.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
Tuck takes his axe and slices through one of the walls of the tent to try and find the extra dimensional
Oh, no.
space.
Tuck.
Did you just break? Oh, no. I
Where-
can't do escape route.
Where did you cut through?
I think
You're in the medical area?
I was in the medical observatory, but I imagine Tuck running back to the observatory, and you know how like there's a night sky over
Yeah.
the balcony,
Yeah.
but it's actually just 2 feet away.
Oh, no.
He tries to just slice into the night sky and like shove the coins in.
And then Billy's outside farting and coughing and yelling.
When he realizes that the coins are a problem?
Yeah.
Totally.
Ving! Talk!
Really? And now Ving's stuck between Tuck doing this
Oh my
possibly
God, yeah.
destructive thing and then fart coughing.
And Tuck does hear that. He hears Billy screaming, and he stops.
Uh-huh.
Billy runs in. He's like, I called for you so many times. No one answered me. It's so scary out there.
Oh, Billy! And then Tuck drops the axe in the bag of coins, and he goes to Billy.
Are those the coins?
Billy, we found out that these things are the Gibbous Man's eyes.
I know. I found that out too.
Wow, really convenient.
I know. It's so convenient.
Oh, so I guess a thing to consider is that he must know about the fanny pack and about the wizards and
Yeah.
about all that
So
stuff.
Yeah.
maybe Billy tries to like do it in like code, like, shh. We don't know what it can see. We have to hide those.
Yeah, Tuck. That's not for. We've already had enough dinner.
Yeah. It's
You've
time
had
to
enough
put the
dinner.
napkin on the plate.
And then Tuck goes, I was trying to put the napkin in the toilet room.
Morris, do you know where there is something like a toilet room that can hide our napkins?
What the fuck are you on about?
Shh, secret
And
time.
he looks around all over the place.
And Billy trips, like in quotations, with like a like his cloak and like drapes it over the coins, and he's like, whoops.
And then we all get really close to each other.
Yeah.
And we bring Morale in close.
Yeah.
Morris and Perell?
Yeah.
Morale, yeah.
Morale.
And Perell is still in the operating theater with
right.
with Deathaniel, but Morris gets his little whiskery face in there. What the fuck is going on?
The Gibbous Man can see out of those.
Oh no.
The coins are the spider's eyes.
I don't even know if the one in my chest he can see out of or not.
So we have to talk in code.
Is that what we're doing right now?
Yeah.
The napkin is the coins. The toilet is some liminal space where he can't see out of.
Are you saying that the Gibbous Man can see through the coins we've been getting?
Shut
Yeah, dude.
Shut up right now.
The Gibbous Man that I want revenge on?
Shut up.
Yes.
Yes.
And you will not get revenge.
And he looks to the coins.
No.
And he starts walking towards the coins.
No touching.
Oh, no, fuck Morris. Morris.
What?
If he knows what we're planning, we can't get revenge on him.
You can get your revenge, but not now.
All right.
We have to get out of here.
Where can we hide these that he won't see?
And I tell him, I'm like, Morris, one time before we found this, when the danger room was still like toilet room,
Mm-hmm.
when we were
Is this
shitting
the first that he's finding out that it was our toilet
No,
room?
he's
Okay.
familiar.
yeah, I shoved the coins into one of the coins into that space.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Is that a place that the Gibbous Man cannot get to?
I suppose.
What about the safe behind the painting? That was between worlds.
What's safe behind what? Oh, you already know about my safe. Sorry, that's a reflex.
Wouldn't that be somewhere that it exists in many places and no places at once?
The safe. The safe.
Yeah, the old safe.
Would that keep it safe? Keep us safe from him?
That's what it's designed for.
Okay, yeah, let's put it there.
All right. And he just moves over the cloak, picks up the coins, throws them to the page, just goes, put those in the safe, and it runs off. So, I mean, keep in mind that all of my work was designed with humanity in mind, not the divine. So, there are considerations. 1, he's a god. 2, Tuck has coins in his chest. 3, he's a god.
Okay, so on number 2, do we think that the coins that are white he can see through?
The story said no.
Okay, that's good news.
That's good news.
So you simply have a demon of some sort in your body.
Mm-hmm. That's
And that-
bad.
I
No
can
big
deal
deal.
with-
NBD.
That's whatever right now.
So, are we in, I don't know, I assume that we've left the forest or something? We're in a safe place? Smash cut, like we cut to the outside where there's no people and we see the mycelium of the fairy ring starting to recede
no.
back into the soil.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
We gotta get out of here, you guys. We don't have much time. I shouldn't be in here right now. Billy runs out
Okay.
and closes up the tent.
Okay.
And does Billy just like start packing up the tent?
Yeah.
So nobody.
Wait, so you
Wait.
close up the tent with us inside?
Yeah.
I think you might have to explain to
Oh,
us
sorry.
what's happening.
I gotta get us out of here, you guys. And the fastest way is if I go alone.
Are you saying that you want to find Elman on your own and just take us in the fanny pack?
Yeah, if that's okay.
Do you think it's okay?
Yes.
Do you know you can do this?
I know I can do it. And I know at worst I'll open this up again.
That's true.
Yeah, Tuck is so apprehensive. Like, it's like, this is like letting your kid go to the corner store for the first time.
Yeah, to get you cigarettes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, we'll mark Billy. I'll use mark of the animal. I'm going to use eyes of the tiger to mark Billy.
That's great.
That is very good. You will be removing the mark you have on Malgath.
That's okay.
That's fine.
This is basically like putting like one of those air tags on a kid.
Yeah, totally.
Basically.
Yeah.
I tied into his shoelaces.
He's at the gas station. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's been at the gas station for like 6 hours.
Okay. And then Tuck is realizing that he's the mom now.
Yeah.
He realizes that he's the father now. He's like, he'll be fine. What could go wrong?
He's got to do it alone at some point.
Okay, Billy, if you have Ving's Eye of the Tiger on you, I trust you.
So, Billy's like holding out his hands, like waiting, like, okay, I'll do it. Do it fast. Do it fast, Ving.
I'll give you a hug and kiss on the cheek.
Oh, the kiss.
The kiss is the mark.
Yeah.
That's
Kiss
cute.
is the mark.
It's the only clean part on his entire face.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ving's lips are so dirty now. What the?
Well, I did like dunk my face in blood earlier.
Yeah.
Right. We have not cleaned that up.
Yeah.
Billy, if anything happens, you open the fanny pack right away.
I'll
Don't
do it
even
right away.
cough, fart, yell.
I won't do any of it. I'll do it real fast and quiet.
And Billy emerges from the fanny pack.
The last of my little mycelium wall is receded.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, be brave, Billow. And I roll up the tent and wrap it around my waist.
Mm-hmm.
Billy is a child.
Yeah, I'm
an
not doing
8-year-old
well.
attempting to fold up a complicated tent.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like coming down, like, you know, like it's still kind of puffed up. It's like just folding it. Like, I don't know
my
how
God,
they
Morris
do it.
is freaking out. No, that side folds in. That side doubles over.
We're inside and we could see like
Like little
stuff happening.
handprints.
Yeah. Like rooms are changing size.
Is he putting it in his mouth? Why is he putting it in his mouth?
Billy's like,
Like
got it.
licking?
Yeah, like, I don't know, is it like an envelope?
trying to lubricate it to get it into itself.
And it's sort of like if you fold a fitted sheet,
Uh-huh.
but you don't know
yeah.
how.
Yeah.
So he's like, good enough.
Yeah.
It's just bulging.
Yeah. He puts it kind of around his waist, but like tucks his shirt over it so it stays in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Okay.
Perfect. And Hiddleston is passed out down here, and you know that Wendy is dead around the corner.
I'm going to use escape route.
Excellent. Great idea. This is a really solid plan, by the way. I like this.
I'm not going to dilly-dally.
Nope.
So when I'm in too deep, need a way out, name my escape route and roll plus dexterity. So I'm going to try to find the way out that Wendy came in.
Yeah. You're literally in too deep. You are deep in the earth.
I'm
Mhm.
This is
scared.
perfect.
Come on, do it, Billy. Do it.
Yeah.
Okay, plus dexterity. Oh, 10. Oh my God.
Fuck
Nice.
yes.
Got 8 plus 2.
Okay.
This is us watching from the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, you got +2. That's amazing.
Everyone's just standing around Ving like he's a radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like leaping over like the roots and stuff like that, and I
Yeah.
can see Wendy's footprints.
Yes.
It's quite muddy down here.
And you follow her footprints like back into another side
Yeah.
tunnel, up a route.
Oh, she ran a long way.
Yeah, she's quick.
Uh-huh.
She's fleet of foot.
Yeah.
Which means, unfortunately, because you said it and I agreed, that you come up quite a ways away from the action.
Oh, okay.
Like I think
Am I still in the...
you're still in the garden.
Okay.
Yes. I think you haven't entered into like the chambers, but you're in the garden itself, but you come up pretty close to the walls on the other side of where you were. Like, you know, you'd have to go through
Oh,
either the
okay.
garden or the cloister to get to Elman's quarters.
Okay.
But there are guards. There are gardeners wandering to and fro. There are armed like military elves
Oh, shit.
stomping around. And you see the callousness with which they treat the garden,
Okay.
stomping through.
And I feel like there are gardeners like actually holding weapons, like
Yeah.
looking
Scythes.
uncomfortable about it.
Yeah, a few gardeners have like scythes and sickles
Mm-hmm.
and are, walking around very apprehensively.
Are they like concentrated in an area? Like, if I were to use fairy dust to make them fall asleep,
Ooh.
would that kind of create enough of like a quiet zone where I can
Yeah,
flip through?
they're not super concentrated, but you would be able to
Then-
either take down the guards
Yeah.
or the gardeners. And a gardener, a very apprehensive looking young elf girl, has a sickle and is walking down a row of bushes, including your bush, like poking
Oh, shit.
the bushes.
I back up against the like garden wall.
Yeah.
And I try to shoot out some fairy dust.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. 2d6 plus charisma, I assume.
Come on.
9.
So I believe you choose one between you can get a bunch of people, you can do it from a distance, and they stay asleep for a long time.
For a long time.
So you basically, since you don't do it from a distance, you like wait for her to get close to you and just like poof. And it hits her right in the face. She sees you and there's like a moment of
She's
alarm.
like,
yeah, and that gasp, she breathes in a bunch of fairy dust. And then and flops into a bush.
I steal her sickle.
Ah.
Nice. You have a weapon now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrifying Billy with a sickle.
Yeah. Okay, now you got to get across. Are you going over the garden wall or through the garden?
I'm going to go over the garden wall.
Nice.
Okay. Defy danger, dexterity to climb up the garden wall.
Ving and Tuck have popcorn at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Plus
Billy's in
dexterity.
full stealth mode.
Yeah, 8.
8. You scuttle over to the garden wall and start climbing up the old ancient wood of the roots that have been turned into this structure. And like an old PS2 stealth game, the camera sees like a guard has a question mark over his head and turns and is like, huh? And starts walking over to where you are. You haven't been found out, but they like caught movement out of the corner of their eye, basically, as you get over the top of the wall.
I'm just going to book it.
Yeah.
Can I use escape route again, or is that too many times?
You should be able to use it again. Yeah.
Okay. 10.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Fuck yes.
So you just book.
Yeah.
You use your fairy agility and your thiefly intelligence to sprint as much as your tiny little legs will allow.
So crouched.
Yeah. And you hear, as you're running away, "Oi, wake up." She's like being shaken by this. But since you used a long time, he's like, "Oi!" And you're able to slip in to the cloister itself.
What's inside the cloister? Like, is there furniture that Billy can kind of like traverse around?
Yeah. I think there's like, chairs and places with flowers and stuff on it. It's basically a big ring structure with like corridors and rooms as a part of that big ring. But you do recall that you're sort of close to Elman's quarters.
Is there any like anything I can disguise myself with?
You can discern realities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it. 9.
Okay.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
There is a bucket next to a mop.
Actually, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So I squeeze into the bucket.
Yeah.
Like overturned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use how big is the sickle? Sickles aren't huge.
Sickles aren't huge. Billy's aren't huge. This sickle is about as tall as Billy.
Oh shit! Can it fit in there with me?
Yeah, but you got a big old razor sharp sickle in your face.
I'm risking it.
Yeah.
Already am covered in blood.
And we hear Billy say that from inside, and we're like, "What the fuck is he doing?
Why is he risking it?
Why is he running with a knife?"
And then he brings it really close up into his face.
No.
To carve little eye holes out of the bucket.
Holy shit!
I see.
Be careful.
Oh my god!
This makes the bucket way more useful, so you're gonna have to roll for this, I think. 2d6 plus dexterity.
Yeah, I gotta do it like without dying. 7. Oh my god.
7 to 9. You're only able to get one eye hole,
That's
which means
fine.
your peripheral vision is dog shit in this bucket.
Actually, I'm so good with just one eye because that's how thieves look around with just one eye open.
Out of the one eye.
All right, so now Billy's in a bucket with a hole in it, and there are gardeners and guards in lesser numbers than those in the garden itself.
And now this is a cartoon where we see a shot of like a bucket moving, and then a guard walks by and it
There's a
stops.
hole in your bucket, dear Billy.
So I think this is going to be, I want to say defy danger. Oh, it's wisdom or charisma. Because it's no
Charisma,
longer.
because I gotta move like a bucket.
Yeah, you have to
Stay
move like a
still.
bucket.
Like a bucket.
All right, charisma.
Nice.
That's a funny enough explanation.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm thinking it's either like knowing when to stop or knowing how to pretend to not be there.
Yeah.
9.
Okay, perfect. 7 to 9. You get, so it's stop.
You're stopping at all the mops on the way.
Yeah.
Hopscotching the mops on the way in.
There's a lot. There's so many
There's
mops.
so many mops.
They do a lot of cleaning.
Yeah.
And you get to Elman's door and you wait like a bucket would wait.
Like in a bucket's worth amount of time.
Yeah.
And I'm going do 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 do.
And then Tuck inside is like, Why the fuck is he singing?
Go. Stop
Go into
singing.
the goddamn room, Billy.
Stop singing and go.
Ving just trusts the bucket process.
And you wait the appropriate amount of time for the guards to leave. And you sneak in the door. And you see there Elman's cutting in the pot,
Nice.
held in the hands of first gardener Malgath.
Oh, fuck.
Am I still in the bucket?
And that's where we're going to end it for this week. I'm your game master, Shawn O'Hara. Joining me as always, playing Tacoma Dome the Barbarian, Abdul Aziz.
So long.
Playing Ving the half-elf druid, Paul Oppers.
Take care.
And playing Fat Billy the halfling thief, Jessica Ty.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you to Aaron Reed for our intro and outro music. You can find all of Aaron's original music at aaronreed.bandcamp.com and all the music produced for the show at soundcloud.com. Thank you to all of our supporters around the world. If you would like to support the show and get access to a bunch of cool things, check out patreon.com/spoutlore or spoutlore.com/money, please. And thank you finally, and most of all, to you for listening. We'll see you next time.
And so ends the tale of adventures three who tried the best they can. Though dumb and scared and lost they be, for times abreast in revelry. And though our journey may be lying a conclusion, we will not leave you without a resolution. Return next week to hear some more whilst you commute or do your chores. And for you, I'd gladly spout more.
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish.
Please try to get some sleep tonight.
I've been trying to sleep all week. Nothing helps.
You could try Sleep Sound.
No thanks. You've had enough nightmares for the both of us.
Let me go! Come on. The medication has nothing to do with that. I haven't had a bad dream in ages.
Ever since your highly problematic affair in Idaho?
Oh my god. Never stop. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
Well, you still haven't told me who you're bringing to graduation.
Oh.
Your heart is racing.
How can you tell?
You're lying on top of me.
What if I don't want anyone else to know yet?
And it wasn't a bad dream?
I don't know.
Christopher, you know.
Can't you appreciate that I'm trying to help you here?
Thanks for the pills, Lils.
Dreamers, Season 2 by Broken Crown Productions. Tune in weekly wherever you listen to podcasts.
Spout Lore is proudly a Spout Lore Studios production.
A podcast for best friends by best friends.